Hi everybody, Gerone Wright here again. Okay, and what we have here is a 15th century painting by Giovanni Bellini. Okay, and this is referring to drunken Noah. Okay, drunken Noah. Um, it is in my findings with this image that the term that is being used in these paintings as far as Noah's being drunken is historical moments, meaning that Noah's genetics is filled to capacity based on his genetic bridging levels that he's actually taken into his own body. I found this to be the case with other images, another famous event with drunken Hercules, and other images where it's stating that these individuals are drunken, meaning are drunk, meaning that their bodies have been taken into the capacity of these genetics that they have been bridging. They sacrifice themselves as genetic bridges, and they reach the stage to a point where they have cleverly disguised, and it's being referenced in the painting, but they cleverly disguised the scenario as that of the individual being drunk. I'm going to show you some things with this image as far as drunken Noah. Now, first of all, this painting, it's actually one of Noah's children is up here in the middle smirking, and they're stating that he's smirking and smiling because of the fact that he's musing over the fact that his daddy's naked and he's looking at upon his naked daddy's body. That's just not the case here, people. The case of the fact is that Noah utilized his children to genetically bridge himself and them. Okay, and just like I had showed you in with Adam and Isaac, how Isaac is there with his mouth. Oh, I'm sorry, not Adam, Abraham. I'm sorry, where Abraham and Isaac, and it shows you here where Isaac's mouth is at the penis of his father, which I showed you in a video here as well. Also, while I have this up, I want to show you something. Remember I told you that there was genetic bridging going across here? I wanted to show you that I actually missed it, and it shows you how these genetics go from one side to the next, and I show you that this is the founding stone. I just found this out as well too with this image, and this is a fresco painting. You can Google it yourself. This is the Via Latina Catacomb, Rome image, okay, fresco image, and it's 320 AD. Okay, it's Abraham rises his sword to slay his son Isaac. And I told you that that's not the case. I told you that there's genetics being bridged. It's shown a genetic bridging through the founding stone, which is that of Abe. And it shows you the genetic bridges of everybody shown. Also, if you take the image and turn it over this way, okay, you will see two images. There's a reptilian ape on this end with the horse's leg in its mouth. And then on this end you have your regular ape, okay? And it actually shows you genetics from this boy in his mouth representing the genetic exchange there, okay? On each end. Look right here at the fountain. Here's the stone, the slab. It shows you the genetic bridging. Here's an encrypted ape, and there's an encrypted ape. There's a reptilian ape, and there's a regular ape now. Which is truly amazing there. I'll get around to that at another time. However, if you Google this image here of the drunken Noah by Bellini, okay, most of this stuff you would not even see. My eyes filter this stuff, and I mean, I find it and know that I'm instinctively drawn to this, and I know that it's there. If you were to Google this image, you don't see this. These highlights that I made, people, I'm telling you, it's like I can take a veil and take it off of this. You know what I mean? I cannot look at this for what it is. I'm gonna show you some images in a minute. I'm gonna show you how I can see things. Now, let's go here with the after I put these things out though and show them to you, you can go there and see them for yourself. All right. I'm going to start here, for example. If you notice right here, in one of Isaac's, I've got to come back. In one of Noah's sons, there's an image of a horse encrypted in a clothing. This is an encryption style. I'm gonna show you something else. How I ride. I'm gonna show you how this horse's head moves along, and you see the bloodline going through the rest of these individuals over here. But check this out right here. Go right here. This is a bombshell right here. Noah is resting his head on a penis, okay, as a pillow. People, when I tell you that you have to Google this to look at this, you have to. This penis, you see these lines, are all there, right here. The head of the penis. If you go there, people, this is there. Pan in on this image, and I guarantee you that you'll see the head of the penis come around, just like I have drawn there. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay? You'll see it come around just like that there. You see that? Now, for those of you that have forgotten in my other videos of Noah and the flood, Noah has a thing for penis. See that giant penis there? See the balls? And then the penis coming off the larger end of the shaft of the penis and then coming down. Okay? Noah has a thing for penises. Alright? It depicts genetic bridging. Alright? Now, what does all of this mean? Just what I said it means. Now, I'm going to take you over to, go to this image, Google, and I'll tell you, people, I promise you that you will see this penis just like you see it drawn here. Okay? It doesn't look like, in fact, that there's seems to be a smaller penis right here coming over that of a black, right there. In fact, there is a penis right there as well, too. Okay, so that's the second piece. And if I'm looking more closely, I see something else over there now that I'm actually drawing on this. But anyway, and I think I know exactly what that is, but I'm not going to go into detail because I'm upside down here. There's a penis. Noah has his head on a penis, people. Google that image and look for these separating lines right here. And we all know what penises look like, I'm sure, if you're an adult. So you'll know that that is a penis right there with his head on it. It doesn't look like it on first sight, but look for the lines. Once you see these lines that separates the head of the helmet of the penis, you will see that I am 100% right on that. Now, here at Noah's crotch area, again, you don't see these images unless I show. I know that that's a head of a dragon that represents reptilian, and then right next to it, there is a face here. Let me show you how I can draw this face. First of all, the imprint of Noah's penis is right there next to the dragon's head, which represents the reptilian. It's underneath the cloth that he's wearing, covering himself, the impressions of it. But check this out, people, how I can do this. Now, the penis is attached to the nose or the face of another being. I know this looks like a cartoon to you, but if you look in there close at that image, people, is what I'm showing you, you will start seeing it. And it shows you that these are the genetics. Once Noah was bridged, these are the genetics that are actually now taken off out of Noah. You say, well, dang, Gerone. Well, think of it like these genetics as almost like the way AIDS and stuff would take off. You know what I mean? Diseases that are actually spread. If you look at it in that sense, of these diseases, like as far as in so much AIDS and syphilis and stuff like that there, if these people know that certain genetics can be combined in a combination and take off and alter that of the human body, these are the things that are happening, people. And this is what they're doing. This is what they're implying by all of this. Okay? So, now, I want to show you something else. Alright, let me draw. Where's that individual at? In this blanket here, or in this cloth material that's covering Noah, I'm going to show you something before I go to everything else. I like drawing stuff right there in your face so you can see what it is. These encryption styles that these Renaissance artists used. I'm going to show you how I arrived at. There's images all up here, by the way, too, people. But I want to show you how I arrived at some of these drawings that you see here that looks like almost like cartoons. Now, watch this. I'm going to draw right in front of your face this horse here. Remember I showed you a horse's head here? Let me get a pencil. Maybe that because I don't want to. Well, I guess I'm committed to using this now, because if I go to find a pencil, I'll lose wasteful minutes. Alright, check this out, people. I'm coming over the snout of a horse. Right there. Okay. I wonder if I can. Can you see that horse's head? Let me come in a little closer. Maybe. I don't know if you can see it or not. I can see it good on this side. But check this out. I'm coming over the snout of the horse. Look at that. Guess that would be the nostril right there. Check this out, people. I can see definition perfect. And everything that you see me put in here, look at these lines that I'm actually putting in. This is all here, people, that I'm actually doing. Can you see that, what I'm doing there? Can you see? Look at how these cloths take shape. And then it shows you the genetics snaking off from that creature, and show you how they snake down and are genetically bridged. And this is why this cloth is bridged over like that. Then you see other objects snaking in. There's the image of a woman there who I dub as the mother of creation. Okay, and if you look closely at this cloth, it's not just that, it's other creatures that are actually in there as well too. Now watch this, people, that what I can do here. Watch this. All in this cloth shows you these creatures I hope I didn't get that. Yeah, okay, I got that. Look at this serpent right here. You see this? See that serpent there, that snake? It shows you, people, a genetic blueprint. You see that right there? You have a horse's head there. Let me give it, can I give that an eye any kind of way? Let me see if I can get that an eye to make that. You see that right there? I just added the eye. There's the horse's snout, there's the head. Look at the snake. These encryptions in these blankets are in these cloths. It's how these Renaissance artists, and then in the anatomy of the body of these individuals being depicted. If it's historical, you can do this too. Alright, now here's the image of the witch-like woman, the mother of creation, and guess what she has on her head? Right there. She's the witch-like woman. She has the image of the pine cone on her head, which I have clarified that the pine cone does not mean pine cone. The pine cone actually represents the tail of the rattler, which represents the serpent. Okay? The genetics of a poisonous snake shown being genetically bridged and utilized to alter the genetics of mankind. Okay? Now, where we at here? I'm going to back off a little bit. Let me back this up to right here. I'm going to come to this individual right here, because let me show you what I can see in the backdrop and these rocks. People, look at some of these creatures. Let me get my higher marker here. Here it is here. I'm going to show you something. Look at this individual here that is wearing. Now you would not be able to see this, people, if I was not highlighting this for you. You cannot see this with the naked eye. I mean, your eyes have to be trained to actually do this, or you have to do a paranormal experience, or know what you're looking for, or through the paranormal experience. People, I am drawn to this. I don't care if this image was barely, like, almost like transparent. I could see it. My eyes are trained to see this. I mean, it's like I'm the artist that actually created these images, these encrypted images, and I can see this through my true paranormal experience and encounter. These image appears for me, yeah, because I am linked to them through my paranormal experience and encounter. Check this out, people. Now, I'm gonna draw this face. Now, there's so many faces here that I don't want to. There's so many. I don't like drawing too many because you look at. Can you see that face? Look at the face inside of there. It even has an eye, like a Madonna-like woman, and then it has the headdressing on itself that mimics that of popes that you see with popes and queens. The eye is right here, people. Right in there. Well, I just darkened it too much. It actually had the whites of the eye right there. But there's a face, a reptilian face in there with the headdressing on it, coming around. Okay. Now look at this creature here. Now there's another one next to it. Let me draw you the one. Now there's faces all through there. Now if you Google this image, people, you cannot see it. But if you can see that I'm drawing right over what is actually there. Now these are our ancestors. The faces of our ancestors that you see me actually drawing over top of here. The ancestors that you don't know about. Look at some of these faces, people. Might even be some faces that you see in cartoons that Disney done created, and who's actually linked to this stuff too, by the way, people. And some of these famous Hollywood cartoons and stuff that you see on TV, and movies that you see playing, these horror movies. People, this stuff, these likenesses become all too familiar to you. Look at that. Look at that creature there. It shows evolutionary faces all across here. I'm going to do one more. I'm going to do this next creature right quick because this is absolutely fascinating as you see it. Look at this creature right here. Watch this, people. Look at this. These represent bloodlines. And it shows you that this is connected to Adam's middle son here. Watch this, people. Look at these reptilian creatures. It shows you how these bloodlines are bridged and become later that of mankind. This is almost like if you took your blood, took a needle or syringe, and took your blood out and sent it to a lab, and they, based on the information in your blood, they can tell what your blood type is. Where's the mouth at? I'm going to lose the mouth. Is the mouth right? I guess the mouth is right there. Look at that. Can you see that, people? Look at these creatures. They are shown, this is just a genetic, think of this as a genetic vein. And it shows you how they come into that of Noah's son. Look at this. I can look at the detail that I can put. I could actually color this and make this a portrait. Because I can see and I know who they are. These faces. Look at that. Now, if you think that's something, now, let's go over here to Noah's son over here on the end. Oh, I got to reach over. Check this out. It has dinosaurs in here. All types of prehistoric creatures. And then look at Noah's hair, son's hair over here. I don't know their names. So look at this. What I can see. My eyes separates the lines and creates these faces. And now that I'm showing them to you, if you go and Google this image and look at this, what I'm drawing here now, you can compare and identify with what I'm seeing. And the more of these you actually do, look at these faces. There's a face going off the back. This is in Noah's son's hair. And look, there's a face on this side, letting you see that there's a genetic attachment from what's back here to down what's in here. And it's showing you these genetic grails of what's going on here. Look at this, people. This is the drunkenness of Noah. Now, I'm telling you that this is being depicted because it's showing you how these genetics flooded Noah's body. The word sounds familiar, right? Noah, flood, and all that good stuff. That's what this is all about. And then this man takes these genetics out and contaminate other places, like Jesus did, and like other famous biblical people did. All right. Now, here's another image of Noah. The drunkenness, another painting. This is by Michelangelo. This is, I think, it's 14th century. This is in the Sistine Chapel, ceiling painting. Again, it's showing you, I mean, people, Noah's butt naked. Now, in this, they offered that Noah was naked and his son was musing over the drunken and the nakedness of his body. So, what the hell is Michelangelo saying? He has all of Noah's sons naked. Noah's naked. Now, that takes this analysis of this scenario out the window, because Michelangelo is showing us something different. And I'm telling you that it's all sexual. I'm telling you that their genetics is being bridged, and the only way they can do it back in that time was through homosexual acts. Noah bridged himself. I mean homosexual acts, people. Abraham has his penis in his son's mouth, Isaac's mouth. This is what this is all about. This is why these sexual acts, this is why this child molestation thing is going on in Christianity. Why there are so many priests being found guilty and clergy being found guilty of these homosexual acts with boys. Look at this, people. This is where it originated. These are the founding blocks of this stuff right here. These boys' penises out. You don't hear of it with the girls, pretty much. But then again, mum's the words when it comes to girls. Girls keeps better secrets than boys, I would imagine. But my thing is that what you see going on here is the same exact thing going on with the nuns and in these convents with the females. And then when these genetics are all being altered, it is my position that they are being brought together, and then that's where these miracle babies come in and play at. Now, you don't hear of these miracle babies today, though. They only came back in the past. You know why? Because they know that we are too bright to go for that. So it's my position that they're taking these, either the highest, the Pope, these highest figures in these religious groups now, are taking now and secretly making these babies and passing them off to where other than they can't keep them in the church. So it's my guess that they're bridging these babies and sending them off as to be raised as royalty. So you draw the, you do the conclusion on that. That's what my position is. These miracle babies are not happening today. Why? Because they're secretly being created, and in my mind, being passed off and being raised as royalty. Alright? Sounds like a great movie deal there, don't it? Yeah, well, remember that it came from here first. You've never heard of this before. Nothing that I'm stating in my videos you have ever heard before. You know why? Because they are true paranormal experiences and encounter where I am actually a part of this. Okay? I can read this. Alright, now, even in Noah's hair, and this is by Michelangelo. If you Google the image, you will see that there is a woman on this side. In Noah's, now Noah's face is drunken down here. However, encrypted in his head, you will see the face of a woman right there. And then on this side, there is a bearded man. Okay? So my marker's too big here, but you'll see a bearded man encrypted in Noah's face, showing you how Noah was genetically altered, people. It shows you. These genetic grails are all there. And wherever there is Noah, you see like the cauldron. I told you, like the witch's kettle, the whole nine. Do I have another image here? Now I want to show you something else. This is Noah with the flood. I know I'm beating. This is the last video too that I'm doing of Noah. I know I'm beating Noah up here. I'm gonna let that go. I said enough about Noah. And Noah's got penises all over the place. You know what I mean? And the story of Noah's Ark is about a genetic manipulation, a large mass-scale genetic manipulation, historical moment in time that these genetics were actually brought in and bridged. This here image is by let me see, Vecchio, Vecco. What is it? Juan Brigago, Vecchio, whatever. The flood with Noah, Verrocchio. Alright. These images, people, all you have to do is, now that I showed you, is look for the apes. They're everywhere, because these are the genetics that were actually bridged. People, you should be surprised about this, because you know why you should be surprised? Because nobody should be knowing about this. No one should know this information. You were talking about, I done went and done this back in to like 14th centuries, 13th century. I can go all the way back to the catacomb images. It's the 2nd centuries. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. This stuff is all depicted with these apes and how mankind was created. People, we're led to believe that none of this, that we didn't know this stuff. You know what I mean? We wasn't supposed to know none of this stuff. You take these images. Look at these Renaissance artists. I know of possibly about 20 encryption styles of these guys, of what they're doing. If you take this image up right here by Verrocchio or Verrocchio, whatever his name is there. Where we at? Am I over here? Let me see with my finger. Oh, my finger is right here. Right in here. Shows you Noah coming down. You see, what's happening here is you have one side. This, in my mind, represents that of ancient genetics, ancient land, which is that of Africa. Then it shows you the other side. Okay, I don't know what this side here represents in my mind based on the way they're dressed. I mean, I don't know if it's Egyptian. I don't know what's going on. It could be North America, South America. I don't know. I mean, I'll let the experts figure that part of it out. But Noah's boat is coming down with genetically washing, genetically bridging these two sides, these genetics, and altering them. That's what this is all about. What genetics are being altered? If you look right in here, first of all, there's a face of an ape. Okay, if you pan in and out on this image, you'll see, locate that smaller image of the face of the ape right there at my fingertip, right here. But then, if you take the image and began looking for these apes, they appear very easily. I'm going to show you where we at here with this. I have it highlighted right there. I'm going to show you the image of an ape. Turn the image upwards. Flip it 90 degrees. And it shows you, people, what's going on here. And if you come down up in here, the people that's on this little shoreline here, on this embankment, create the likeness of that of an ape. And right in there. Okay? Look for these little encryptions. I'm giving you these little styles so you can see. And you'll see hands going in the ape's eyes. And down here you'll see objects coming out of the ape's mouth that are consistent with being penises and tongues. Look at that. Right in there. Alright? So Google these images, people, and look at all of this stuff. And this is nothing here, what I'm showing you. People, a lot of people say, I had one person say, well, why are you giving all this stuff away? You should write a book about it, and you should do this, and you should do that. Well, my thing about all of this is that can't nobody complete my story. I know the middle. First of all, I know the beginning. That's funny because there's a story that Jesus had out that people that They were asking him about when the end was coming. He said that you're that bright that you know, you want to know the ending, so that means that you know the beginning or something like that. And then he says, like, for he who knows the beginning knows the ending. Well, I know the beginning, I know the middle, and I know the ending. I mean, all of it. I can. It's like instinctively in me. Okay. Now check this out, people. I'm gonna give you one more 8 because I'm running out of time right here. Now take this. Here's another 8. Where we at? Okay. Oh, I'm ready to go over time here. I gotta get this going right quick. I just turned it completely upside down. Okay, people, go right there. Look at that 8 right here. I gotta get this. Oh gosh, I'm gonna screw this up. Right here. It's upside down. Look at this 8 right here. Perfect picture of an ape, and it shows you what's in his mouth right there. You see that? See that ape? See that ape face? When I get up higher, look at that ape's face right there, people. Inside of that marking there. My name is Gerone Wright. This is my Geronification channel.